Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Brew Time. It's that time again. I am so glad to be here with you all today. This special Sunday. It is Second Sunday. And on Second Sundays, I call it our Queenly Brews. This is for the ladies. Ladies only. Well, it will help others too, but this Sunday is dedicated to us queens, our queenly brews. So welcome everybody. Welcome if it is your first time. This is where we come together. We bring our coffee, juice, water, tea, whatever you're wanting to sip on as we brew on the subject matter at hand. Today, ladies, on our Queenly Brews, I got us some cups, right? These beautiful cups. So this one, though, this one's very special. I'm using the one my sister got me. And it has sisters on it. It has flowers. It is just gorgeous. So I have my coffee in it today, ladies. I had to use it. I hadn't had a chance to do it. So today is the day. Thanks, sis. It's so cute. I also have our other cup that I couldn't resist buying. And she has her own little spoon also. But she also has a crown. I love it. So just know, ladies, if you don't have a pretty cup to sip in, that's okay. I got one for you. She's got a crown and it says Queen of Everything, right? Yes. Love it, love it, love it. So ladies, I want to first share something with you before we get into our subject matter. I don't know if any of you have seen this or not. I am on a makeup journey, okay? I'm not ashamed to say it. I know I'm discovering how to do things. And so one day I saw this makeup lid, eyelid that you put on your eye. I just want to share because, it's us ladies. And I just want to know, has anyone else seen that? I tried different things, but this was interesting. And as I watched the lady, I found myself thinking, maybe this was an eyelid, you all. It had the makeup on it, and it had your it had your eyelashes. I couldn't believe it. And she was shaping it to her eyelid and everything. I was like, wow, has anybody else seen that? I thought it was interesting. And, again, I'm on my journey in makeup, applying makeup and learning about it and stuff like that. So I just thought, please let me know if you've seen it. Go and see. Tell me what you think about it. I thought, well, if it looks natural, I might try it. I like the eyelashes, but I have such a time trying to get them on. It's so time consuming. You just don't know. I really want to get back into using them again. It's okay. I'll just use the mascara. I just wanted to share that. It's a girl thing. I just want to know if someone else has seen it, used it, what you think about it. But that is not our subject matter today. Queens, we have something really, I think, really important to brew on today together. I love our subject matters. I love our times together where we're here to strengthen one another, to encourage one another, inspire one another. And This subject matter, I believe, is pretty important in thinking about being true to ourselves. I believe it goes in line with that, being true to yourself. Not lying to yourself. I decided years ago that I was better off not lying to myself. Really. Just not making anything up. Right? Just whatever I'm seeing, whatever I'm hearing in front of me, that's what it is. Not making anything up. Not assuming. Trying not to assume. Right? Because sometimes when we assume, we're wrong. For me, just that practice of being true to myself, true to what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, it's just better for me at the end of the day. And so the subject matter we're going to brew on today is good feelings versus true wellness. Good feelings versus true wellness. Thank you for joining us today. I see you. I can't see the little writing, but I see your faces, and thank you so much for joining us, Queens. And so with this subject matter, I want for us to really unpack this for ourselves, so that at the end, I have two challenges. So, please listen to the end. I have two challenges for us, but I want to unpack this together to really understand what are the two differences between a good feeling and really being well, and what we can do. And I want to first say also that good feelings or doing things to feel good is not bad. Please know that. That is not why we're doing this. But I believe that knowing the difference between a good feeling and true wellness is going to help us be sensitive to ourselves, to really listen to our bodies, right? To listen to what's going on the inside, to be truthful with how we're feeling, what we're thinking, okay? So if you have a pen, a pencil, a tablet, you may want to jot some of these things down. If you're not able, of course, you can go back and listen to this on replay and get the subject and get the information. Okay, so we've got a good bit, but I believe it's going to be really good for us. Okay? So ladies, have you ever thought to yourself, whoa, I wake up sometimes, oh, I feel so good because I just had a good night's rest, right? I feel good today, right? But sometimes even though you feel good, you're not really feeling well. You still know that there's something there. Even though I may have done something that makes me feel good for the moment, something still is there that's not right. I've had those moments. And so I want to share with you so that we all can do things to help ourselves, okay? Feeling good, we all know, is temporary. While wellness is something, or it has something to do with doing the things that sustain us when we're not feeling good. I'm going to say that again. Feeling good is temporary. And feeling good, I'm just going to say, is great because I love a good laugh. I love good food. A cute little outfit. I do. And it makes me feel good. But it's temporary. It has nothing to do with what's on the inside. But being well has to do with the things that we do to sustain us when we're not feeling good. And we all have those moments, right? So feeling good is momentary. It's like I said, buying an outfit. I see some cute clothes and I'm like, ooh, cute shoes, right? Jewelry, whatever. Go on a trip. Anything that makes you feel good. Eating great food, going to the spa, getting your nails done. Yes. And we should do those things. Why not? But being well is a lifestyle of balance. There's a balance to that. Sometimes we may get caught up in doing so much, doing this and doing that, temporal things, right? There's no balance. So it's a balance for our physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and relational health. Okay, so all of those areas really encompass all of our life. I'll say it again. Physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and relational health. Sometimes we can live on the surface. We live on the surface and it can become a coping mechanism. Right? When I think back to that, sometimes just getting caught up in doing a lot of things that make me feel good, it's on the surface. And maybe I'm not taking out enough time for the things that are sustainable, doing those things too, right? So you can get caught up in the surface things and then you're like, okay, what's next? Right? Because you haven't done anything that's sustaining. It's like, what's next? What's next? What can I do next? Because you're not taking out time to just sit with yourself, to do for you, right? To do the things really that's going to matter on the inside. Let's talk about true wellness. All right. Here's a few things I believe is going to help us. First, nutrition. Nutrition. What are we eating? What are we eating? Being aware of what you put in your body. Educate yourself. There's so much information available to us today. Really, there's no reason for anybody to be ignorant. Really. There's so much education. So educate yourself about food. What heals the body? There's food that heals the body, right? Many times we can do it through just eating right. Eating what's good for us, right? Not just fast foods, as much as you can, eat more real food. I will say that. Real food that grows out the ground. Yeah, real food. Educate yourself. What foods really help with my digestive system, right? What foods I can eat for clarity of my mind. Educate yourself. I'm not going to belabor. That's one of my big P's, but I'm not going to stay on that one. Maybe I'll do one on that one day about foods. But okay, hold on to that. Number 2, rest. 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 I hear people say, I can't sleep but more than 4 or 5 hours. Maybe your energy level is up there where you don't need that much, and you can run your energy, Energizer rabbit, and you can, but I'm telling you, listen to your body. Many times when we run like that, we're not listening. The body says, go lie down. I'm tired. The mind says, I'm tired of thinking. Can you give me 20 minutes, 30 minutes to, just shut it down? Rest. And you would be surprised that if you listen to your body and implement that rest when you need it, you'll be better for it in the things that you want to do rather than just pushing through. Rest. We're not talking about all day. If you need to set the alarm, maybe you need 30 minutes, an hour. Me, I can't take a long nap. But if I take one, it's empowering. So my naps might be like 15, 20 minutes. But if my body's saying, hey, I need to just chill. Like, don't go out today. You've been going every day this week. Stay in. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Movement is very important. Movement. You can do that through exercise, stretching. People love to do yoga, right? Even dancing. Maybe take a dance class or, hey, again, go on the internet, learn some dances. There's plenty of them out there these days. And I have not gotten caught up yet. There's just like, I just got boots on the ground. Anyway, dancing is great. But the movement is good because it releases stress, okay? Releases stress from your body and your muscles. Your muscles are designed, for whatever reason, to hold stress, right? And we tense up, but the movement helps with releasing that stress. So movement is important. Spiritual care and peace of mind. I put those two together. Spiritual care and peace of mind. You can do this through inspirational reading, right? So for me, that includes the Bible, which I call the Word of God. Okay. But there's other books too that are there for inspiration. You can look at videos, listen to audios, music that's uplifting, right? I love music that feed the soul, feed my spirit, that uplift me. You can speak affirmations, or some people say confessions, okay? Speaking affirmation and meditation, just meditating on inspirational words from God and inspirational things that are said, meditating, okay? So those are things that you can do that help sustain you. Those are the things you work on that help sustain you when you're not feeling good. All right? Ask yourself, am I treating the symptom, or am I strengthening my spirit, soul, mind, and body? That's a good question. I have to ask myself, am I just treating the symptoms of what's really going on? Or am I building and strengthening my spirit, my soul, my mind, and my body? Let's talk about or brew on emotional and mental wellness. Feeling good, things that are fun, that bring laughter. I love to laugh. They create a good mood, right? But being well, if we talk about well, is managing stress. I want you all to hear this. Managing your stress. All right? How do you do that? People say these things. Well, how do I manage stress? I'm going to tell you. Setting boundaries. setting boundaries. Also, allowing yourself to heal from past hurts. Letting it go. Woo! Girl, let it go. Yes. This is going to help with your emotional and mental wellness. Setting your boundaries and allowing yourself to heal, right, from past hurts. Allow yourself. Let it go. Can you change it? No. Mm-mm. It shouldn't have happened, maybe, they shouldn't have done what they did. They shouldn't have said what they said. Can you change it? Grasp onto what you can change, and that's yourself. You can change your thoughts. You can change how you think about you. Right? Yes. That is going to build sustainable mental wellness. Mm-hmm. Have you all, I thought about this. This has been something I've thought about. There have been times where basically I'm a happy person. Like, I try to stay grateful for what I have, for my relationships I have, family, but there are moments where I do feel like things that really matter to me, I may not be able to express it. Yeah. And I feel like I am, what you've heard before, not suffering in silence, but I'm just not I don't know how to say it because I'm not suffering. But it's more of in silence. I'm just like, I don't know where I can release what I'm thinking about. I don't know anybody at the time when I'm down about a certain thing where I can take it, right? And that's where I can take it to my Father God. See, the wellness part, we're talking about that, right? Those things that are sustainable for you in your life when you're not feeling good. So those moments when I don't know of anyone I can go to, I always know I can talk to my Father God. I always know I'm not alone, and you're not either. He always has an ear to listen, and he always has a word of encouragement. And as you build on that relationship with him, you will come to know him more and more and more. And it's more sustainable than anything else. I wanted to share that with you because we have those moments, right? But our Father God is always there. So that's why it's important to build your spirit. Build it through his word, getting to know him and how he thinks, and communicating with him. Because you will have moments where you can't go to a person. But that has sustained me through hard times, through moments when I didn't have someone I felt I could express this to, right? But he knows, and he's always there. Let's talk about our physical health, okay? So feeling good today versus a healthy tomorrow. All right, so feeling good today versus a healthy tomorrow. So let's talk about some of the examples that we may do that is not healthy, not good for our physical health. Skipping sleep. We talked about that, rest, right? Skipping sleep. Make sure you get enough rest. Make sure you do. Your body has to rest. It needs it. It's designed, right, to rest because it has to regenerate itself. It has to, it can't just keep going like that. Some of us run too much. Too much. We don't know how to say no. Or we may not prioritize our time, right? Eating sweets. And maybe you're not a sweet person. Eating salt. Stuff with a lot of salt, chips. I'm laughing because I understand. Drinking sodas, teas, coffee. Now, you know I like my coffee. And I like my tea, but that's just once a day. I'm not drinking that throughout the day. And I drink plenty of water afterwards. But barely drinking water. I got one for you all. Yep, look. That water, I got one for you. I'm going to do a brew on that one. It's going to be good. It's coming. So we can't barely drink water. Our body needs water. You feel good for the moment, right? It gives you that nice little high. Your coffee with a whole bunch of stuff in it. Your sweets, your salt, it gives you that feeling, ooh, yes, I love this. But then there's a crash. It's not sustainable, right? It's not sustainable. So, we've got some decisions we need to make. I want to encourage you to do your checkups, right? Yes, there's things we have to do to take care of ourselves, and that's part of it. During our checkups, make healthy eating choices, exercise, and listen to our bodies. If you don't know, find out. That's why we do checkups. If you don't know, read. And if you don't want to read, there are some videos. But find out. Spiritual and soul wellness. Sometimes we get joy from other people, joy from compliments. We get joy from achievements, right? And that's all good. But on the well side, the peace that we can get comes from our faith. It comes from prayer. It comes from reflection and aligning with our purpose. Our purpose are the things we believe we're supposed to do, right? Those things sustain us. Faith, prayer, reflection, and our purpose. I know that there have been times where I was a leader of an organization or leader of a group, and things were going on in my personal life. But my purpose in leadership, my prayer and my faith, they kept me going. It sustained me. That's the difference. Achievements are great. We should achieve the things that we want, right? But just in that, it's not continued happiness. People give us a compliment, That's great. It's awesome when people recognize you. But it's not sustainable, right? But the things that sustain us truly is our faith, prayer, reflection, and our purpose. Let's look at what's short term and what's long term. So I'm going through all these different examples because at the end of this, I really want us to have a clear understanding of what doing good things to make us feel good looks like, and doing the things that would cause us wellness or bring wellness, what that looks like. All right? So short term and long term. Feeling good is a quick win. It's a quick thing, right? But being well is the long game. All right? So good is quick. Being well is the long game. Here's an example. Cotton candy. Who likes cotton candy? I do. I don't get to eat it often, but if I'm at a fair, believe me, I'm going to get a little bag. And they're little now. They're not as big as they used to be. We don't want to talk about that. But cotton candy versus a nourishing meal. Really, there's no comparison. But this is just an example. Cotton candy, and it's light. It turns into like it's sugar. But it's good for the moment. But it's nothing like a nourishing meal. Now, both of them taste good, right? Both taste good. But one, the cotton candy, it ends in the crash of your energy, right? You're only going to have energy for so long off of sugar. But a nourishing meal, it sustains you for the long run. So there's another example, okay? Practical takeaways. Here you go. Ask yourself daily, am I just feeling good or am I truly well? I think that's a good one. Why not? We should ask ourselves to check in. We talked about that before. Checking in with ourselves. Remember, that goes back to what I said about being truthful with yourself. Am I feeling good in this moment, or am I well? Am I doing the things to sustain myself? Replace quick fixes with lasting practices. That's a good one. Replace quick fixes with lasting practices. And here are some. Walk instead of worry. That's a good one. Because walking, I know when I walk, I think a lot. And in that thinking, it's more freeing. You'd be surprised. If you don't walk, I would encourage you to start doing it. And it doesn't have to be very long. You don't have to start out like some of these people, doing 5 and 6 miles. Don't overkill it, But having a moment to yourself, if you can, or even if you're just walking with someone else, it's fine. But being able to do that, it does release stress and it causes you to think. It does something for the mind and soul. Prayer instead of panic. That's a good one. Prayer instead of panic. Boundaries, we talked about that earlier, instead of burnout. What? Ooh. Some of your friends and family members are going to be like, what's going on with her? She is building a lifestyle, a balanced lifestyle to sustain herself, right? Building a balanced lifestyle to sustain herself. Yes. I'm going to read those again. Walk instead of worry. Prayer instead of panic. I like that. And I really like this. Boundaries instead of burnout. Oh, that's good. Just you work on that right there. Yes, that's going to help you balance out your life and bring wellness. I encourage you to create a personal wellness plan. When you think about each area of your life, begin to create what can be wellness for my body, my mind, and my spirit. Create that plan for yourself. Put something into play. Sometimes we know we need to do, and the only reason we don't do it is because we don't have a plan. A plan. I have missed things and I'll be like, oh man, I wanted to do that. Oh man, I meant to do that, but I didn't have a plan in place. Have you ever been like that? Just, oh, I missed that. But if I had just planned it out, it would have been done. So, plan a personal wellness for yourself. In closing, ladies, remember, God created us not to just feel good, but to be well. Good, feeling good is great. Again, I said from the beginning, all the things that we like to do for ourselves, reward ourselves, get a little treat, a little cookie, or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But we're talking about a lifestyle of balance. Being true to ourselves. Listening. Doing things that's going to sustain us when we are not feeling good. That's very important. So that brings us to our challenges. I've got 2 for us. All right. So the first challenge, brew over moments versus routines. Moments where you do good things versus routines where you have things in place to sustain you. Brew over that. Sit back and think about it. Write it down. What are those moments I like to do? Go to the movies, attend events. Versus what are the things that I have in place, right, that are routine? Read the word. Commune with God. Feed my spirit. Exercise. Eat right. Right? You see what I'm saying? So brew over that. Begin to write it down. And that's going to help you monitor where you are. And, look, nobody's looking at it but you. So be honest. Don't start putting down, I read the Bible every day when you don't. Be honest, right? In your head, you might say, hey, I exercise, I walk 3 times a week, but you only walk 2 times in a month. Be honest. In your head, you might think, I'm eating good. I eat every day. But maybe it's French fries, mac and cheese, rice with gravy and butter. Just be honest. I don't eat vegetables. Okay? I don't eat vegetables. You just be honest in making this list. Okay? So that's the first challenge. So what you're going to do when you write those 2 lists, the list for your wellness, you need to write out, okay, in these different areas, how am I going to build? How am I going to strengthen these areas in my life for sustainability? Okay? So that's the challenge 1. Challenge 1. Challenge 2 is more immediate. I want us to dive in. Dive in making a change. Ladies, queens, what can you do this week to shift? Okay? To make that change, to shift, right? From doing something good to being well. In what area? What can I do? Again, being real with yourself, because I don't want this to be overwhelming for us. But it is possible to do over time if you have a plan. That's why we write it down. We look at it, right? Have a plan so it won't be overwhelming. Be honest. I want to pray, but I don't know if I can pray an hour every day. Be honest. But I can commit 5 minutes probably. You see what I'm saying? That's just an example. That's just an example. What can you do? And then we build on it. As you begin to do it, it's just like with walking. I started out committing to 30 minutes. And in my mind, the way I did it is I said, I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. That's how I got 30 minutes in. I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. And I would look at my watch or my phone. And when I reached the 15 minutes, I'd turn around and walk back. There you go, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I'd walk 15, turn around, and walk back. I did that for several weeks. I was so proud of myself. Because I didn't realize, first of all, how far 15 minutes would get me. And so, right? And then I built on it. The next thing I knew, I did it with 30. I said, I'm going to walk 30 minutes. And then I know if I walk 30 minutes and turn around, that's an hour. Yes. So those kind of plans and building on it. And now, thank you, Lord, I can walk, what is that, 2.5 miles and come back. What's that, 5? What? I surprised myself. Surprised myself. But that's how you build. You start with, really, what can I do for real? And then you build on it. So you got challenge 1. Challenge 1, you sit down, think about, what do I do that's good? What do I do that's for wellness? And on this wellness, I need to work on it. Where can I work on this? Second challenge is, what can I change immediately? immediately to get this ball rolling. I hope you got it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed our brew time. This was really, really good. And it's important, right? It's important. Doing the things that sustain us, that's what creates wellness. I love, love, love being with you all. Love spending time with you ladies. You all are so awesome. You queens. And I look forward to our time again. I pray that you have a great day. Yeah, do something for yourself that's good. But also think about that other side, the wellness. And take care of yourself. I pray that you have a great, healthy, wonderful week. And I look forward to seeing you all next time on Morning Brew Time. Bye.